Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.
Welcome, everyone. This is the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, and I'm your host, Marie Antonette Waite, here on KCAA Radio Network, 1050 AM and 106.5 FM. We are covering over 5 million households here in the greater Los Angeles, and we are affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. Today, we're going to have an amazing guest. Her name is Andrea Piontkovski, and she is an amazing lawyer in San Diego. And I am excited to interview her today and give you all kinds of information about what she does in the legal services. So let me start first by sharing with you that this show is available. Fabulous Lifestyle is available on TV streaming channels. We have 15 streaming channels. We have iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and we're also available on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Android. So just make sure you subscribe to Building Solid Foundations. So Fabulous Lifestyle is every Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. here in KCAA. So make sure that you tune in and you bring all your connections to our radio show. Lots of great people that we interview here. And so it's amazing to be the host for the Fabulous Lifestyle. And we do have other hosts in this show. We have Sherry Rovirosa, who is in charge of the fashion segment of the show. So make sure you tune in. Anyway, let's go ahead and introduce our guest. And Andrea, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you, Mary. Thank you for the opportunity of having me here.
Okay, and I hope that I pronounced your last name correctly because it was a little bit hard for me.
Close enough, close enough.
Okay, say it again. How do you pronounce your last name?
Piontkovski.
Piontkovski. Okay.
Yeah, I just said it with a lot of style, you know.
Yeah. So tell us, what is your background? Piontkovski. What is that from? What nationality?
Well, my grandma was Russian, my grandpa was Polish, but they moved to Venezuela when we used to be a paradise for immigrants back in the days.
Wow.
So that's how I'm a Latina, you know, with a Russian last name.
That is beautiful. I am so excited to have you here in the show because I have heard so many great things about you and how you've handled some of my friends' cases, and you've taken care of them where, you know, there's a lot of things that you have to do to make it happen. So tell us, how did it all start for you for being a lawyer?
Well, I started back home in Venezuela. I was a lawyer there. And at the time, I had a boyfriend. You know, we do a lot of things for love. We're very romantic. And that's how I moved to the United States. But my idea was, okay, well, you know, if I was a lawyer there, I can be a lawyer here. So that was the goal. And I worked really hard. I even have some gray hair somewhere.
We all do.
I just hide them. And here I am. I got that goal achieved.
Wow, that's really amazing that you don't limit yourself, no matter where you're at. You know, that sometimes people get intimidated by coming from another country and feel like, you know, you can't be successful in wherever you're going. So you just have to really have that creative mind, right?
Yes. That, you know, I see a lot of women that come to my office and they feel like they left that part of them behind and they cannot be successful. They cannot be themselves. They cannot continue with their careers or ambitions when they move here. But I proved them wrong, I guess.
That is awesome. So how long did it take for you to get your law degree?
Well, it's an average of 9 years in total between, you know, getting my English, you know, professional level, kind of, and then going to USD and then passing the bar. That was another big challenge for me here in California. And finally, the whole process was between 8 to 9 years.
9 years of your life. Wow. And how did you
Yep.
feel about that? That whole 9 years of, working
The
on it.
best investment that I have made in my life.
Okay.
If you ask the Andrea 10 years ago when she moved to the United States, whether I was going to be that woman today, I wouldn't believe it. It's like, oh, that seems so far away. When you have
Yeah.
that goal and you are someone in your country, but you come here and you're no one, no, you don't know anyone, you don't have a career that is worth it here, that anyone recognizes. So yeah, I think 10 years is nothing compared to a whole life of regrets. So I'm really proud.
Yeah, I am proud of you too. I mean,
Yeah. Thank you.
coming from another country, I know I struggled with the English language, and that
Mm-hmm.
alone is a whole challenge, and then to get into another level of challenge, which is, being a lawyer, I think is so tough to even think about it. I mean, I thought about, getting into that, but I'm like thinking that's a lot of reading. That's a lot of studying.
It is. And every time that I say I don't want to read anymore, I have to read my own files, my own cases.
Yeah. But
It's impossible not to read.
Yeah, but it takes a lot of discipline and focus on to be a lawyer.
It does, yes.
Yeah.
It is big challenge. It's a big challenge, especially when English is not your first language.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta get there,
Now, as a woman, I mean, that's another challenge, isn't it?
Yes.
Within
Yes,
this industry. So tell us, what is the experience being a female lawyer and a minority also?
It is a challenge because I recently I don't like to talk about anything that claim discrimination. I don't like to victimize myself. However, sometimes when I go to meetings, networking meetings or lawyers meetings, it's crazy that even at this time in this society, we still have people who just talk to men. And I'm standing there in the meeting and I'm like, hey, I'm also a lawyer. But it's just a society. I don't know how to express it, but it's hard that we still have that in our society.
Yeah.
And when you face situations like that, I don't like to be the big elephant when I come into the room, but I just like to have my opinion well expressed when I have to. So I'm the quiet one who just wait for the good moment to talk. And I think that's the best way to just stand up, out of the crowd.
Yes. Oh, wow. It's all about the confidence and
Yes.
all the hard work that you have put in, and that is something that they need to see. And, it is like a hidden gold mine, right? When you stand up, they don't know what they're getting, but it's amazing, right?
It is. And it feels really rewarding,
Yes.
Like many people believe that you cannot achieve certain things. And many people told me, why don't you just have a plan B? And I didn't have a plan B. And I think that saved me. Because when you have a plan B, sometimes you just try to go with the easiest road. And I didn't have that. So here I am talking to you, having this amazing interview.
Yes, I am really excited to hear your story because again, I can relate to it because I also came from another country and coming here to the United States. I know the struggles that I've gone through, and for you to achieve that much success in the legal industry, I mean, that is crazy. But I totally admire you for what you have accomplished, and that is what we think about having a fabulous lifestyle, is having that confidence and making sure that whatever dreams you have, you achieve it, and you don't limit yourself, and you don't be afraid about it, right? And so
Yes.
that's what you have done, and I am so honored to have you as one of our panelists for the
Yeah.
Global Society for Female Entrepreneurs. And you're going to be at that event on August 2nd at the Queen's Business Expo. And it will be held at the Doubletree Hotel in San Diego. I cannot wait for you to share your knowledge and information in this panel. I mean, you're talking about talking about the Queen's Business Expo, right?
I can't believe it. That even the title sounds so exciting. Like
Yes.
I'm getting nervous here.
No, you definitely is one of the people that definitely need to be there for the Queens Business Expo. And when we came up with the Queens, we talked about we were talking about quality women. We're talking about the uniqueness of your services. We're talking about making sure that it's educational for the people that are attending,
Mm-hmm.
and not only educational, it also has to be efficient, for women to apply and implement the information, right? and it
Yes.
and it creates this new synergy among all of us.
And I love that about what you're organizing. It's a good way to get inspired by other women's stories and see that it's possible. If someone else did it, you can do it. To learn about new mechanisms of how to motivate yourself. I love that. And I keep myself always in the ground trying to learn different things because we don't know it all and we cannot make things alone. Some people think that oh, I'm self-sufficient. Mm-mm. Without the support of a network, without the support of other people with the same mind, like you cannot go too far.
Yeah, I love that. I totally love that. That's why I am very glad that I we started this network here in San Diego. And again, the Global Society for Female Entrepreneurs was founded by Robbie Motter, who is 87 years old. I mean, that
Wow.
woman is amazing. I mean, I don't know what she's taking, but she's got all the energy in the world. And I'm really, really glad that I was able to be a part of this organization and bring all you guys amazing women into this network. So again, that will be on August 2nd at the DoubleTree Hotel in Hazard Center, San Diego. And if you guys are interested in, joining our event, be sure to connect with us. It's my number is 951-378-5316, or you can also call me at 619-453-4664. Now, if you have any questions for Andrea, make sure you call this number and we can make sure you get in touch with Andrea. But anyway, this is just the first segment. You're going to hear more from Andrea, and we're going to take a commercial break. And don't go away. We will be right back. And this is the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. I am your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and stay tuned.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.